Alright, I'm back working on Grandpa's R again. Got my hillbilly air conditioning going out here in the garage. Apologize for the background noise. But, so, since the last video, I think I got the side plate all bolted on, torqued on, all that good fun stuff. I got the manifold all cleaned up. And rocker arms are all in and rough adjusted. I started putting the manifold back on, and I ran into a little bit of a difficulty. The studs that, where the studs are at, the little studs. Nope. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, the old studs were really rusted and the threads were pretty crappy up here on the top, so I went to get new ones, took one of the old ones. Counter guy at Napa sent me home with 4 of these, which I thought were going to be awesome. So I put them down in and realized I didn't have enough thread up here on this end. So I went back and said, hey, I need something a little shorter. Different Parts guy sent me home with these bad boys, which a little bit shorter, or a little, I don't know. I just fall on the floor, why don't you? Anyway, yeah, so if you line them up like that, you know, I was going to have plenty of thread where I needed it. Bad thing is, if you line it up like that, which is how deep it goes into the block, with the hold down block and the brass washer that I was going to use, and brass nuts, with that, the stud didn't come all the way through the nut. So, a little more digging. Went to McMaster Car, McMaster.com, punched around, searched around a little bit, and I apologize to the guys on the internet that responded to me, and I was too dumb to find them the first time I looked, but I did find some studs that were close to the right length. Put that back over in a pile of stuff. The book calls out 7/16 by like 3 1/16 inch long. These are 7/16 by, I think, 3. I didn't actually measure them when I got them, but you can kind of see. I've already done this one. This is the last one to go. When I put the manifold on, put my block and my washer, well, when I put the block on, it was about right in there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the threads weren't quite, there wasn't quite enough thread. So I've been working on running, come on, focus, stay in front. I've been working on using this 7/16 14 thread per inch die on these studs out of a, I think it's a vintage Craftsman set that I think was my dad's, that I borrowed or he gave to me, or hell, I don't know, I might have bought it at a garage set, who knows. Anyway, and I've been cutting the threads down a little bit farther. I had the oil pump on it, cranked it over some this morning, hoping to see some oil pressure on the gauge, because currently there are no spark plugs in any of the holes. So I thought, well, it'll spin over easy, we'll be able to make some oil pressure, and yeah. Well, I spun it over, 0 oil pressure. So I took the oil pump back off, and if I understand how the oil is supposed to be going, when I took the oil pump off, I should have oil coming out of up in here somewhere. This is the mating gear to the, aim it, to the idler gear that rides in the pump. That's the drive side of the oil pump. So for whatever reason, I filled it up with fresh oil, and it's so right there Right there is the full mark. Right there is where the oil level's at, and all the way over there is the low mark. So plenty of oil. If I understand how this system's supposed to work, the oil level's, you know, up in here somewhere on the crankcase. It should just flow through a passage over to where the oil pump's at and down into the pump. I've still got a restriction in there somewhere, and I don't know how many sprayerfuls of diesel fuel I pumped through spraying and trying to clean it all out, and nothing. So I'm gonna finish up this up here, put you on the tripod, and you can watch a little bit of that tapping action, thread cutting action, because that's stimulating video. I can't see what's in frame there. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So, apologize for the ugly in the background, but that's just what happened. OD clear thread cutting oil on there because of the tight space, and I already got them in. Just use a big wrench that just fits over the hex of the die. And much like eating an elephant, I'm just taking little bites at a time. Forward, cut the thread, back up, break the chip off. Forward a little bit, back up, break the chips off. This is kind of the way I was always taught. I mean, yeah, I could probably just put this thing down, oil, muscle it all the way down, and cut the threads. But personally, it puts too much stress on the cutting teeth of the die and wears the die out quicker. Doesn't I have to go buy more. Anyway, slow and steady, working down. And then I've actually been using one of the hold down blocks as kind of the gauge to make sure. Oh, I got ways to go yet. Make sure I'm cutting them all approximately the same depth. Anyway, that's what's going on with Grandpa Bar. Stay on there. It's actually Friday, July 17th, I think. Like 3:30 in the afternoon. Took the day off. After taking the day off, just to take a day off for me. Obviously, I had the 4th of July off. That was a holiday. Not the same as just taking a day when you're supposed to be working. Just not going to work. Doing something like this that you enjoy. It's all I've done today. My son was involved in an automobile accident July 2nd, in which he was light turned red, car in front of him slammed on his brakes and stopped. He slammed on his brakes and stopped. Kia behind him slammed on their brakes and stopped. Ford Focus behind the Kia. I don't know if they slammed on the brakes or not, but they didn't get stopped. Anyway, yeah, so the third car hit the second car hard enough that the second car hit the son. So, I was dealing with insurance claims part of the day. Got it all straightened out. Of course, he was driving a old Dodge half-ton pickup truck that was all rusted out and beat up. Yeah. But he got hit so light. The truck's such an old beat up turd. We're really not going to fix it. can't. You got to know where he got hit to even know there's wreck damage. So like I say, it's a beat up old Dodge truck. Familiar with old Dodge trucks, you understand how they get rusty and stuff. Anyway, well, that's pretty well got most of that cleaned up. I'll most likely get some air and blow the rest of that off. Call it good. So anyway, that's Grandpa's R update for today. I'll be back.